I rise today in support of H.R. 4785, the Uyghur Policy Act of 2021, co-sponsored by my committee colleague, Representative Young Kim. The world has watched in horror as the People's Republic of China continues its genocide and crimes against humanity against Uyghurs and members of other religious and ethnic minorities in the Xinjiang region. The size and scale of the PRC's human rights abuses is horrific. As many as 1.8 million people have been arbitrarily detained in mass internment camps, prisons, and detention centers. They've shown no limits to their cruelty and depravity, subjecting people to forced labor, torture, political indoctrination, suppression of religious practices, forced sterilizations and abortions, family separation, sexual abuse, and so much more. While we've seen graphic images and heard testimony revealing the truth of these camps, the PRC continues to hide behind disinformation. We know that the PRC is actively trying to stamp out the unique ethnic, cultural, religious, and linguistic traditions of minorities in the Xinjiang region. Despite outrage from the global community, these gross atrocities have only increased in their severity and cruelty. Evidence collected from journalists, human rights defenders, and scholars, as well as harrowing firsthand accounts from survivors and their families, point to the continued oppression of Uyghurs and Muslims. During this Congress, this body has taken multiple steps to condemn these atrocities and hold the PRC accountable for perpetrating these heinous crimes. But we need to do more to protect the millions of Uyghurs and their ways of life. By passing this important bipartisan legislation, we would strengthen U.S. government efforts to protect and promote the distinct ethnic, religious, cultural, and linguistic identity of the Uyghur people. This legislation furthers a whole-of-government approach to combat the PRC's egregious human rights violations. It also takes steps to bolster international support towards promoting greater respect for human rights in the Xinjiang region. Most importantly, this legislation signals that the U.S. Congress unequivocally stands with the Uyghur people and will continue speaking out until this genocide and crimes against humanity end. I thank Representative Kim for authoring this important bipartisan legislation, which I was proud to vote for in the Foreign Affairs Committee. I support swift passage of this timely and urgent bill and urge my colleagues to do the same. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman from California.